Well, hello. Just 1 second. Okay. So we got the 1080 Ti. Now we're gonna see how that 1080 Ti does. Okay, so DX12 or DX11? I think we're gonna go DX11 first. I don't think we're gonna need FSR, so there's no reason to go DX12 there. Here we go. Settings. Let's go settings here. Graphics. Hang on, what's... Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. Graphics. Let's go graphics and then Ultra Plus. Including Hairworks. Yeah, but why not? Why not? Let's go for Hairworks. I think I have to refresh this. Yep, we are good now. Okay, so Ultra Plus and Hairworks and everything. And all of that stuff. Pure. Oh, this one's gonna go in high. This one's gonna go in off. Got a problem getting here. How so? What happened, Jon?
Entire Syria collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the baron.
Tell me the tale.
The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
Okay. All right. Here we are. I think... Well, I think it's better than the 3060. Now, I don't want to say it's definitively better than the 3060 just yet, but yeah, I think it's better than the 3060. Okay, we got a little bit of stuttering here. That's fine. That's probably gonna go away in just a second. But other than that, that frame... Look at that frame time graph. It's super flat. The 1080 Ti, guys. It's still the best card. I'm never going to upgrade. I will use that thing forever. Well, Sion, you should just never quit. If you would have stayed, it would have been fine. Yeah, this looks awesome. Oh, and we have Hairworks on, guys. We have Hairworks on. Look at this. Let's turn Hairworks off because I've played on the 3060. You've had Hairworks off most of the time, so let's turn them off. That's fair. Did it improve? No, it did. We didn't even. Oh, okay. So now we're at the 100 FPS. But I think we're gonna go and load a Novigrad save here. Where's one? Where's my Novigrad save? Give me a Novigrad save. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, Novigrad save.
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I disappeared. Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts, a cell in the dungeon of the temple.
Yeah, I'm actually...
With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me.
People really hate on the blower style cards. But I like my blower style card. It's not that noisy. It's got this like low frequency like whoosh sound to it. And it's actually really heavy. It's a really heavy card for like a 2-slot blower card. It's really heavy. Like that thing got no, I don't have the FE. I have the Asus Turbo. 1080 Ti Turbo from Asus. I think it clocks really high. And those are actually pretty good dies actually in those cards. We can overclock it actually. Let's overclock that thing. Let's go. We can 120% power. I think we can get it like 350 on memory, and we can do like let's do like a 127 on core clock. 121. Don't wanna make it crash. Okay. I think that should be safe on this card. Let's see. Okay, that's not bad. This is not bad at all. Oh, we're actually CPU bottlenecked. Are we CPU bottlenecked here? Oh, it's that Ultra Plus crowd density setting that's spanking us here. Yeah, it's not loud. I actually can't hear it over the headphone. Like, I have my headphones on, and in-game sound, I can't hear it. Yeah, I've used to have 2 of those. I used to have 2. I gave 1 away. I used to use them for like machine learning stuff. And then I sold 1. Well, sold 1. I gave 1 away. For money, but not for a lot of money. I don't think that this one allows me to turn on RT. Also, we're on DX11 here. Let me turn down this setting here, because I think we're CPU bottlenecking a little bit on the regular setting. Okay, let's just run around, make the crowds disappear. Oh no, it's probably not. We maybe have to leave this area for it to unload. Let's just go to a different section. Let's just go to Fike Isle. Maybe. Where's Fike Isle? We just used to be in Fike Isle. Oh, this one.
Wounded and tired, Siri collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the baron.
I would have loved to get an FE one, but they usually don't sell the FE ones in Switzerland. So 100 FPS, 91, 81. Oh, that's still good. Here we're a little bit stuttery. Interesting. Why is it doing that? I think that's fake somehow. No, it's good. Did it turn on VSync on its own? That doesn't look good, but it doesn't feel bad. I'm not sure why it's displaying the frame time graph like this. It doesn't feel like that at all. Okay, now I've put on VSync. Well, that's super easy. And now we have no screen tearing at all. And this is super easy to run for the card. It's probably gonna power down. Right? Still 200 watts. Interesting. Yeah, but that's smooth. Let me check another thing. An RTX 2060 Super. Hang on. Matthias says an RTX 20 Super can do some art using an ultrawide. If you're happy playing at 30 FPS, then yes. If you want more than 30 FPS, then no. Even the 3060 can't do it. I think you should be able to run it on nice settings using the RX 588 gigs. You can maybe even run it at Ultra Plus. Some settings Ultra Plus, some settings high. You wanna do some testing there. I think you wanna have some stuff on high, some stuff on Ultra, some stuff you can put on Ultra Plus. Maybe you can put textures on Ultra Plus. You may want to put. Let me show you. So for your 4770K, you probably want this one on medium or on high. You don't want to do it on ultra or whatever. And then these ones here, probably high or ultra. Foliage visibility range, maybe you want to put that on high. And then textures you can put on ultra plus. On level detail, I don't know. You're gonna have to test it a little bit, but it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. An optimized preset. I don't have the card, so I can't test it. But I can tell you it's gonna look something like... It's gonna look something like this. It's gonna look something like this, probably. This one on high. It's probably gonna look something like this. Roughly. Maybe you can use this as like a starting point. So I'm not sure because I can't test it. Hamza says, you know what's funny? All the versions of this game look 60 FPS at 60 FPS. Unlike Callisto Protocol. I don't get it. You know what's funny? Older version of this game looks 60 FPS at 60 FPS. Star member, yes, this update is a mess. Oh god. Yeah, I think they messed up a little bit. Let's go back to Ultra Plus. We have a 1080 Ti. We're gonna do Ultra Plus, and then we don't need VSync. Also, the frame time graph, it looks weird, but it's actually, it doesn't spike. I can tell you guys that. It's 100% smooth. I'm not sure why it looks like that sometimes. It's gotta be an anomaly. Okay, what are you guys saying? Oh, Callisto Protocol has low FPS animations. Yeah, I think the flames, right? We've played it and the flames looked like it's 30 FPS. Yeah, DX12 is a mess, unless you have a really powerful card. But even on, like yesterday on the 3060, we ran around Novigrad a little bit. And then at some point, FPS just dropped. And then we just reloaded the game in the same spot and FPS went up. So there's some sort of like memory leak going on. DX12 one, and maybe I think the DX11 one as well. They have the same problem that Cyberpunk used to have. So it spawns in like twin NPCs next to each other on the Ultra Plus preset. I'm gonna lower the core clock a little bit. There was a tiny artifact there. I don't want it to crash. We're gonna lower this just a little bit here. This as well. We should be good. VSync. VSync means that the refresh rate of the game is gonna get synchronized with the refresh rate of your monitor. So if your monitor is running at 60 Hertz, your game will run at 60 FPS. Royce. But it can also increase like input lag, because like your system is going to wait. So if your system is going to buffer your current frame potentially for a little bit, so it can feel more laggy if you're playing with VSync on. So I generally recommend not using VSync unless the screen tearing is really bad. So Star Member says, I'm facing a lot of stuttering with a 1660 Ti. Are you talking about Callisto Protocol or Witcher 3? Oh, I think you're talking about Witcher 3. Lots of stuttering. So the 1660 Ti, that's a 6 gig VRAM card, right? I think if you're maxing out the settings, you might overdraw that VRAM. So maybe you should try like lowering the texture setting a little bit, see whether that helps with the stuttering. Also, if you don't have a new CPU, this setting here could also hurt your experience. So maybe turn this one down. Try turning this down and this down first, and that may help with stuttering. This one, yeah, I recommend the game, but I probably played in DX11 mode or in pre-patch mode. Let's try out the DX12 version now. Let's just go DX12, see how that goes. It's a good game, it's just not a good update. But I hope they'll fix it. Like, they fixed up Cyberpunk really well, so I think we can be confident that they'll fix this. Because it is messy. Okay, go options here. We're gonna go... Let's just max out the settings. We're not gonna have access to... We can enable ray tracing. Oh god, it's going to slay the card, but it allows us to enable it. Okay, we'll try that. And let's just go Ultra. And now let's turn off the ray tracing for a second here. Okay, we can try to enable the ray tracing. Haven't seen a game that allows it on the 1080. Maybe it doesn't work, but we'll try it. Oh, now I'm excited. Now I'm really excited. It's probably not gonna work, but... It actually usually does a little bit better than the 6500 XT in ray tracing. Also, we have VSync on here. We have VSync on. Oh no, we have maximum frame rate on. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, so performance is about the same here. It's also using like 250 watts. Okay, but I want to try to turn on ray tracing now. It might crash, it may not crash. You guys can put down your bets now. Will it crash or will it not crash? Or maybe just nothing's gonna happen. But we're gonna turn on ray tracing now. Oh, it worked. It crashed. Hang on. I think it crashed. Oh god. It's bad. Okay, let's just wait a little bit. I think it's dead. It enabled and then, because it froze for a second, I just disabled it. Okay, here's the error message. Oh, can I even click that? Okay. Damn ugly. Don't send. Okay, let's try that again. It might still be possible to turn it on. But we may want to to put FSR on ultra performance before we do it. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, let's go and put this one on ultra performance. Now load into the game.
Wounded and tired, Ciri collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the Baron, Felon's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in.
Actually, the 1080 Ti can beat the RX 6500 XT. Is it on? Is it actually on? It's on! It does the ray tracing. 360p, 18 FPS. Godlike. Well, this works as well. Joke's on you, Hamza. It works. It's doing the ray tracing. No problem. Oh, it's so bad. Well, you can turn it on. I think you can only turn it on the 1080 Ti. It doesn't allow it on any of the other 10 series cards. Okay, let's turn it off. Or maybe we just turn these off. Is it more playable now? No, not really. Okay, that's not a lot better. Okay. I think now the render res is just too low. But see, it doesn't go pixelated if your frame rate's high. It's actually a lot better when your frame rate is high. $90, $80, I think. Well, it looks good. It does look really nice. Ultra plus settings.
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I'd disappeared. Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts, a cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard. With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me. Good thing, too, for indeed I knew what had happened to Ciri. Sadly, she was no longer in Novigrad. Pursued by bandits, then cornered by the Temple Guard, she had disappeared in a flash of light and a gust of heat. Where to? This I did not know.
Hi, Total Gamer.
Do you like it here?
Whoa, that's bad. What is this? This is terrible. Yeah, DX12 is bad. Okay. We're just not gonna use DX12. It's silly. Yeah, DX12 is so bad. So bad. Let's go DX11 again. That worked a lot better. Come on. Why is it synchronized? Just play the game. No. On the 3060 it worked better. Yesterday, same settings in DX12. But I think in DX11 this one's better. I think it's just completely broken in DX12.
Wounded and tired, Ciri collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the Baron, Velen's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
Yeah, this is better. Show me the overlay. Here's the overlay. See? These are the same settings. And you just get way better performance in DX11. Okay, sorry, I cannot say your name. Breakfast boy. Or girl. But hi. Okay, let's travel to Novigrad by loading a save.
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's
Come on,
underworld
load it.
bosses,
Load!
disappeared. Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts, a cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard. With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me. Good thing too, for indeed I knew what had happened to Ciri. Sadly, she was no longer in Novigrad.
Here we are. Okay. This is fun. I'm gonna find some bandits that I can beat up. Bandits. I think you usually find some over here. No? No. Where's that one? Maybe it's... Oh, yeah, it's here.
Come on.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh! That head flew off. Crowns. Okay, got... Oh! I want the chicken leg. Where did the chicken leg go? I'm hungry. Give me that. Yeah, this runs really well. This is really nice. Really, really nice. I wonder how the 4090 can do. Maybe the 4090 will do, but one pig clipping into the other pig. Okay. Oh.
Attracted a woman once, long ago. I was willing to give you right hand for her.
Oh no. Oh no. They got me. They got me. You have lost coin. Oh, right. You don't die if the guards knock you out. You just lose coins.
Sheathe your sword. Sheathe your sword.
How many GPUs? Sebi asks how many GPUs I have. Well, I have like, let me count. One. So I have a RX 6500 XT. I have a GTX 750 Ti. I have a RX 3060. I have a Quadro K4000. I have a GTX 960. I have an HD 7870. And what's this? This is a GTX. No, this is a GeForce 9800 GTX. That's really old. And I also have a GTX 1070. So, what's that? Maybe like 8? And tomorrow we're gonna have an RTX 3090. And we're gonna do some fun stuff with that. Some silly stuff on the 4090. It's going to be the silliest RTX 4090 review on YouTube. We're gonna game in 16K. We're gonna go photo mode in 16K and take some thumbnail images for my channel. Or create some thumbnails. Yeah, he got a good car. He got, I think it's an MSI one. He got an MSI one. And that's the one we're gonna be testing. I'm not gonna buy a 4090. It's just, it's too expensive. It's a good car, but it's too expensive.
Excuse me. Are you a wizard?
Yes, I am a wizard. Of course I'm a wizard girl. Well, that's awesome here. Okay. Maybe not.
Arms for red, please. Good folk.
Hey, not like that. Draw it out more.
What are these guys doing?
Great one. Drawn out, it sounds like a babe wailing. You know, subliminal messaging.
You're a clever bugger after all, Professor.
What are these guys doing? Okay. We're gonna have to find that out someday. Yeah, but I think almost no one is gonna game at 8K. Gaming at 8K is just silly. Like, there aren't really many games you can actually run in 8K. I mean, you can use upscaling, but then you're also gonna upscale if you're on a 4K display. It's just gonna upscale by a larger margin if you're on 8K. So maybe you can play something like Doom Eternal on an 8K screen. But then you still want that screen to be like 120 Hz, right? If you're playing Doom Eternal on it. I guess you could play with a game controller thingy. 60 FPS, that's fine, but this runs really well. I'm really happy with this one. Well, I'm happy with the 1080 Ti here. I'm not that happy about the Witcher update. Okay, that's good, but I'd rather play that, to be honest, I'd rather play that 240 FPS at 4K than 60 FPS 8K. Yeah. What settings you on? Well, it's a secret. Why would I give away my settings? So you can run the same settings? No, 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 no. That's not how it works. 8K OLEDs can only do 60 FPS. Oh, that's sad. So I would definitely prefer a 4K monitor.
No, so too. We can try it at home later. Nice. Tomorrow is another day.
Yeah, this looks really good. Oh, do we have Hairworks on or not? Maybe we don't have Hairworks on. I actually can't tell. Oh, we have Hairworks on. Okay, so let's turn Hairworks off for a second. Ultra settings, no Hairworks. But here we see, yeah, we CPU bottlenecks sometimes here. There seems to be a larger CPU overhead on this card than on the 3060 for some reason. Okay, so Maystock, hi. Is your name Mace Doc or Maced Ock? Anyway, Maystock says the new DX12 Witcher seems much rougher on the CPU. But DX12 is horrible. The DX12 thing, it crashes often, it runs worse. Got him. That was awesome. Unlike the DX12 thingy. And it's harder to run now. On lower end stuff, it's harder to run now. Well, it's harder to run on all hardware because of like the foliage update. But it's especially noticeable on cards that are just about, or GPUs that are just about to run it acceptably. Those struggle now. Like the Vega 7, it used to be, you could run it like 1080p, 30 FPS on lowish settings. And now you can't do it anymore, which is kind of sad. Masidok. Oh, that's how you... Masidok. Okay. Masidok. Ok. Maybe. Is that right? Masidok. Okay. I think I'm gonna stick with that. Unless you correct me, I'm gonna stick with that. Your name is too complicated. Too complicated. Get a new name. Get a better name and come back. Okay. This looks great. The Ultra Plus draw distance is awesome. It's really, really good. I'm so happy they did the draw distance. That's like the best thing about this update is the draw distance. In my book. The draw distance is better. I think that actually my brother told me today that he saw something that the draw distance is actually a lot better in this one. So I wasn't just imagining it. It is actually a lot better. Maybe we'd have to check out some Digital Foundry video or whatever. Oh, this is Fike Isle. I love this quest. The Fike Isle one? Oh, that one's so good. It may be my favorite. I think the Kira Metz quest line, including the Fike Isle quest, I think that's my favorite one in this game. There are other quests I really liked, but that one kind of stuck with me. The Kira Metz one. I think it's really cool how you find her hut and her like underground thingy, and her entire quest line is fun. But you can increase distance in config file. Oh, we can check that out at some point. But this looks great now. Like you don't feel like it's cheating you out of LOD anymore. Like it's really putting, like at least at 1080p here, it's pretty much drawing everything you could possibly ask for, I think. Oh, even in the old version, yeah, you could increase draw distance. I know, I've used to use a mod for it. When I played, I used a mod for it. I played this a little bit, so when I played this game for about, I don't know, 40 hours or so, I think I had increased draw distance. I think I was playing it on a 3080. I'm not quite sure anymore. But this 1080 Ti it's holding up so well. Like the fondness for this card kind of increases increases over time because it's just doing so well in every new game. Sure, it doesn't do ray tracing, but it does everything else. Is there an FSR 2 mode for Doom Eternal? Does anybody know? FSR 2.2 mod for Doom Eternal. Like overwriting the DLSS DLL file. Something like that. New market notice board. Okay, so let's read the notice board. I'm sure you can find that on YouTube, Roman. I'm sure someone made that, but I'm not gonna make that. That's not something I can get views on. It's gonna be a lot of work and I'm not gonna get any views on it. And I'm kind of not that curious about the side-by-side comparison. Now, just give it some time, somebody's gonna do it. I'm not gonna make that. It's gonna be a ton of work. It's not gonna get a ton of views. Also, they're probably gonna patch this in some way. And then the video's gonna be outdated.
Looks like rain.
No, it's gonna take a lot more than 1 hour. First, you're gonna have to find some spots that you want to compare, where you could actually find the difference. Then you have to create save files for all these spots. You have to use like the same settings or save your settings. Then you're gonna have to load it up in the new version, have to install that. You're gonna have to record the same stuff. Then you have to do the comparison. Then you have to cut all the video footage. Then you have to align it in editing, put it side by side, and make sure you can actually see the difference, if there is any difference in the YouTube video. Then you're gonna have to write a script or do the voiceover. It's gonna take. That's just like it doesn't just take an hour. This a video like that just takes like multiple hours. And I really don't care personally about that, so I'm just not gonna do it. Let's call a roach. So we're gonna get roach, run around on the roach a little bit. I usually only make videos that I'm kind of curious about the outcome myself. If I don't care about it, I'm probably not gonna make the video. But if mods look and work better, well, I'm just gonna wait until the mods. Oh, let's not trigger a cutscene here. I think that's a little bit dangerous here. Okay, let's just turn around. I think here you could trigger a cutscene. No, I'm not using this PC for recording. I'm using my actual work PC for recording. And the graphics card in my work PC is a GTX 1070. And the reason why I'm using a 1070 in my work PC, it's very, very simple. It's the card that gets the least number of views if I make a video about it. So I'm using the cards that are more popular on my test bench. Oh, I'd be interested in doing some Chromebook stuff, like Chrome OS. I'd like that. Yeah, but I'm using the 1070 in my own rig. And it does everything I need. Like it does like H.264, encode, decode, and it runs some simple games if I ever want to play something. It's all I need. It's way more than I need actually. If I wouldn't be using the 1650 for making videos, well, that's actually like testing it. I just stick it in my own rig and use that. I might upgrade to like I do like to upgrade to an Intel card. Like some card has AV1 encoding. That is my dream. I can have the file size. Because no, I can't use AV1 because I don't have a new card. I wanted an Intel card, but I couldn't get one. So I'm still looking to get a card that has AV1 encode, decode on it. Because that's gonna have like the file size for my videos. And the quality I'm typically using for recording in 1080p, which is really, really high quality. It takes like 10 gigs per 1 hour of video. So if I record a long stream, a really long stream, it's gonna be almost like 100 gigs of footage. If I can make that 50 gigs of footage, that's a lot easier to work with. 4090, I think 4090 can AV1. But I don't need a 4090. I'm not buying a 4090 just for encoding and decoding video. That's silly. Because I'm not gaming a lot on that. Like, I want to be able to play games on it. No, the 3060 doesn't have AV1. Yeah, I could do it on CPU. Maybe I could try like CPU. I'd have to try that in OBS. I'm not sure my CPU is good enough. I think it should be good enough for like 1080p 60. It should be good enough.
Move it.
I'm not sure. I would have to test that. But then it might slow down. Hang on, maybe if my card can do the decode, then it would be fine for editing. But if we need CPU for decoding and editing, it's probably gonna be annoying. No, I don't have a 5950X. I have an 11900F. i9 11900F in my system. And it's not the overclockable one, right? But it does have AVX512. Maybe that helps. I don't know enough about that. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, but I don't have a... I'm only using the 5900X instead of the 5600G when testing. And actually I'm gonna sell the 5900X. I'm not gonna have it for much longer. I'll probably sell it in like a week or two. With the other AM4 motherboard I still have. I think we're gonna go... Instead of using the 5900X, I think we're gonna get something like a 12400, or we're gonna wait for like the 13400, Intel i5 13400, something like that. We're gonna get that for the test bench. Yeah, I could try... I can try it on my CPU sometime. I'm not sure I can do it.
That's it, Roach.
But if it can do it, it would be a good option. If the 3900K can do 4K 72 FPS, very high quality, I think my CPU should be able to do 1080p. I'm gonna have to try that. But I've always used GPU encode because it's just really quick. OC by BCLK. No, I don't want to do that. That's silly. And I don't care about that on my work machine. I'm not gonna overclock anything on my work machine. Because all that thing has to do is work all the time and never crash. That's its one job. I'm not going to OC anything on that system. See, all that system has to do is work all the time, 24/7. Yeah, I know you can do that, but that's really, like, that can mess with your PCIe stuff. It can mess with your memory, it can mess with your PCIe stuff.
Run, Roach.
So I'm not gonna touch that.
Not so fast, Roach.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. I don't care about it being 5% faster. What did Hamas say? NVIDIA 3000 series can do AV1 decode, but not encode. Yeah. So I would... Okay, so I could use the 3060, but then I have to use the 3060 in my rig. Maybe I should just get one of those Intel like A380 cards, right? These are only like 140. And they have AV1 encode and decode. Yeah, but I don't... Like, it doesn't matter how fast it is. It's plenty fast the way it is now. And 15% would be insane. You'd have to overclock BCLK by 15 megahertz. And usually you can do like 3 megahertz or 2 or 1. 5 if you're lucky. And then it can mess with PCIe device. Then you put in a new graphics card and it's not gonna be stable, or you swap out some memory and that's not gonna be stable in the same combination. You have to retest it. It's just a lot of work. It's not worth it for my work PC. If you wanna do it for a gaming rig, that's fine. But if you're using it on a machine that makes you money, it's just silly. I think one of those Intel cards, the A380, I think that one I could buy it here. That would be nice. That would be a really good GPU upgrade for my rig. Is it lower quality? Are you sure it's lower quality? Like, there's a quality setting, right? And it's a hardware unit. So on the GPU, that it's done on a hardware unit, so probably the quality is fixed on the GPU and it can be variable on the CPU, I guess.
Let's go.
I'd also have to check whether that it works with my editing software, but I think it does, because my editing software just uses FFmpeg for everything, and FFmpeg supports that stuff. So okay, so you're telling me I should actually just get like a Threadripper, right? I should get like a Threadripper Pro 5000, and I should get maybe I should check that out. Maybe I should go maybe I should check out how fast like some of my server stuff can do the encode. Maybe I could try that, like one of my server boards.
So, how'd it go with this healer? I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try the AV1 CPU encode. Maybe it's better to do it on CPU. Maybe I should just get like a faster CPU. But then I can't really upgrade my rig. Is it? Interesting. Okay, but the decode is multi-threaded, and the encode is... So the encode is single thread bound on it. I'm gonna have to read up on that a little bit.
Come on, Roach.
Come on, Roach. Come on. Hi, Juan Pablo Navarro.
Black ones, Jordanians, long as they pay.
But if it's single core bound, then my CPU is actually not gonna do that bad on it. And actually those Threadrippers, they're really fast as well in single code.
From the Yaruga to the Dragon Mountains.
Okay. So my CPU is actually gonna be good at it then. Does it accelerate on AVX 512? Because if it does accelerate on AVX 512, then I have like the perfect CPU for it. Oh, except that I didn't get the iGPU one. That would have been smarter. Witcher, yes, Witcher is still crashing in DX12. DX11 is fine. DX11 is just harder to run because of the new foliage, I think. Encode is single threaded. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, but that wouldn't be economical, right? Because it's not gonna be that much faster. And it's also going to scale on memory bandwidth. Because the thing is, if it's gonna scale on memory bandwidth, then maybe Threadripper stuff isn't bad again, because you can get like 8-channel memory on the Pro platform, right? Okay, but then I'm pretty sure actually that my CPU could do 1080p 60. I'm gonna have to try that. I'll try that later. Whether it can do AV1. Because that would be neat. I wouldn't need a GPU anymore. No, I'd still need the CPU. No, I still need the GPU for doing the YouTube video. Yeah, I think that's possible. But I was more thinking like,
That's it, Roach.
you could probably just get like a 12400, right? Or my 11900. It's gonna be pretty good in single core as well. So as long as I don't need to do 4K video, it's probably gonna be fine. If I'm only doing 1080p video, my CPU is probably gonna be pretty well off there.
Whoa there, Roach.
Hi, sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. I'm sorry. That's too many vowels and too many vowels and then too many consonants. Okay, so you have an i7 CPU. Which i7 CPU? Which i7 CPU are you using? Yes, which one? Do you know? Which generation? Yeah, okay, so first off, you cannot use RT on that one. Yes, check that out, but you cannot use ray tracing. Even if it lets you enable ray tracing, it's gonna be terrible. Your GPU is not bad. That's gonna be pretty good. Let me try. We can maybe get the, let's see, the VRAMs. Where's the VRAM thingy? Fan RPM, GPU, dedicated game, GPU VRAM. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. GPU memory used. Okay, GPU memory used. Oh, we're not using that. We're using very little GPU memory here. That's interesting.
Not so fast, Roach.
This is how it looks on maxed out settings but no ray tracing. But I'm using DX 11, so when you start the game, it's going to ask you whether you want to play it in DirectX 11 or DirectX 12. And right now, you want to play it in DX 11, not in 12, because that works better for almost everyone.
That's it, Roach.
And then I think you can max it out with your GPU. You should be able to max that out. But you don't get the ray tracing. And you should get like 60 You should get 60 FPS at maxed out settings.
Wonderful.
I think this card here is a little bit faster than yours.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Although maybe you right, we don't know. Maybe it's moving a lot of stuff over the bus. And then there's a problem. And maybe when we go to like Novigrad, it's gonna spike. So if your CPU is a little bit older, hang on, if you bought that PC as a pre-built, it's probably got a decently like recent i7 CPU and it's gonna be completely fine. If it's like an 8-core i7 CPU, you're gonna be fine. Even if it's like a 6-core. On a 4-core i7, it could be pretty old. If it's a 6-core i7, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, Hamza, I'm gonna look into the AV1 encoding stuff. I'd really like to get a GPU for it because it's gonna accelerate it. And I'm not gonna upgrade my system very soon. Because I'm very happy basically with the performance. And for YouTube I cannot use AV1, right? For YouTube I have to use H.264. So I'm usually doing the final encode. I'm doing it GPU accelerated. Because it's just much quicker. I've done it on CPU, but doing it on CPU it takes like 4 to 5 times. Takes like CPU encoding H.264 is like 4 to 5 times slower on my system. But that seems to be multi-threaded H.264 encode.
A deserter from the Squire 10.
And I'm using Kdenlive for editing. And Kdenlive uses FFmpeg for all encoding stuff, I believe. So it supports all the new stuff. $8K 60. Yeah, I don't need that. I actually only need 1080p 60 is good enough for me. But my CPU probably couldn't do 4K 60 then. So that would be a problem. If I wanted to do 4K 60, couldn't do it. But I could maybe do it on lower preset, right? And then it's still gonna look decent.
Look awfully suspicious to me, tramp.
Because my CPU is not terrible, right? That's still pretty competitive. It's probably still going, like that 11900 is probably still going to beat out like a 5900X and single core on it. It may depend on the RAM configuration actually.
I expect model behavior scam. Move on.
But Novigrad looks good. Did they work on the fire, on the smoke effects? These seem to look better. I'm not entirely sure. But I think though these look better than i7 8-core. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. If it's an i7 8-core CPU, you're gonna be fine on the CPU. On the CPU front. How fast is my RAM? I have 64 gigs in 2 sticks of 32 gigs. 3600 C16, and it's dual ranked. So I've 4 ranks of 3600 C16.
What's the hurry?
Take that.
Mistake.
The head went flying. I said okay. Is that good RAM, Hamza? I think it's good RAM. I'm actually thinking about getting another kit of 64 gigs. Because sometimes I run a lot of like Docker containers, and Docker containers have like databases in them. Oh yeah, it's between like 80 and 100 FPS here. I think on your GPU you can expect around like 60 FPS if you max it out. If you don't max it out, you can probably get a little bit better performance. Oh, is your monitor 1080p or 1440p? Because we're playing at 1080p here. But we could run it at 1440p at about 60 FPS. Irden, let's check Irden. That's Irden. Let's put another one. Let's put it down on this butcher shop. Yep, it is. I know. I'm not a complete noob when it comes to PC stuff. Also, it was like the fastest one you could get in 2x32. I bought pretty good RAM back then. And I needed the capacity. And I initially bought it for an ITX build, right? Squirrel tail. Why is that a quest item? I think they haven't tried it just yet. So Hamza says, like gaming, everyone also benefits from cash, so... Oh, okay, so 5800 X3D would be good. But that's got a little bit slower core clock, right? Because I could get... Well, I need this AM4 board for testing the 5600G going forward. I think we're gonna stick to that. We'll be using the 5600G on the channel for... I think at least another year or so. We'll have it around. I think a 3900K is just going to be a little... It's just going to be a little bit too expensive for my use case. Like, I need a fast CPU. I need one that's fast in single... When I'm building a workstation thingy, right? I need a single core... A good single core speed. I need some decent multi-core performance as well. And I need really good connectivity on my motherboard. So I need lots and lots of USB on my board. Ideally Thunderbolt, which my motherboard also got. So I usually need a fairly expensive motherboard because of all the features I need on it. So usually people don't need as many USB ports, but I need tons of USB ports. Because the capture thingy needs a USB port, and you have obviously keyboard and mouse, and then I have an external thingy for audio. For my mic, I have a USB digital audio converter that needs a USB port. I have like external drives I have to hook up. I have a external hard drive dock that also needs USB. And then I need like a couple front USB for flashing ISOs to drives. So I need tons of USB connectivity on my stuff. I need also lots of NVMe storage space. So when I'm upgrading my rig, I usually need good motherboards. Or like pretty high-end motherboards that have like tons of features. No, I don't have a nest of wires. Of course I don't. And then I need like some spare USB-C cables hanging off it because I wanna charge my phone and I wanna connect like an Xbox controller to it. Yeah, that kind of thing. Like I need like my motherboard needs at least like 8 USB and then or like 6 USB Type A's and then ideally like at least 2 Type C's. Hang on. Well, what you guys talk about? So Maisto K says it's just different interface. You're playing the game on Steam. You can choose to launch in DX11 or 12. DX12 is needed for ray tracing. Yeah, but they don't have a ray tracing capable GPU. So I think DX11 is the better way to go right now. Because DX12 is really only if you have a really good card that can do the ray tracing. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Yeah, DX11 is probably gonna be better. Based on all the reports I've had here, people coming to the stream telling me about how it runs for them, DX11 is gonna be better for you. Like, 99% chance DX11 will be better for you. I also have my server. Maybe I could set up some encoding server thingy. Maybe some 12400 or maybe some of the lower end. If they release like an i3 3100, maybe I could do like a tiny little box that can do AV1 encoding. Like just have like a tiny computer that's just there for AV1 encode and decode. Co-op, just for the story. Yeah, I think that would have been pretty hard to integrate co-op into this game, right? Yeah, that's true. It would be fun. But who would be the other player? Would you play as... Would someone be playing Geralt all the time and then the second player would be, depending on the mission, be playing as Yennefer or Triss or Kira Metz or Vesemir, that kind of thing? Or would that just be like, or maybe as a roach? Someone can play as a roach. Yeah, but that's gonna be a little bit too pricey for me. Like I don't have like that kind of upgrade. That's gonna cost me like, I don't know, 1200 at least. What's that motherboard go for? That's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be way too expensive. Right, it's gonna be faster and a little bit better quality, but I can get an Intel GPU for $140 that can. It's not gonna be as good, but it's gonna be pretty close. And once it made its way through YouTube compression, you're not gonna notice the difference anymore. Okay, 3 to 4 on motherboard, and like then the CPU is gonna be like 750, and then that super fast RAM, and I'm gonna need. What do I need? Do I need quad channel on it? No, I not quad rank on it, probably, for it to be best, maybe. So that's probably like a $300 RAM kit at least for 32 gigs. That's probably even more expensive than that. That's maybe like a $400 RAM kit. So it's gonna be like, it's almost gonna be like $1,500. And I still need a cooler for it. And probably I'm rather spend like 150 on that Intel car. Yeah. Or I'm gonna try. I think my CPU can do it for 1080p 60. Like it really only matters to just encode it, live encode it.
Watch it.
What did you buy? So you're hang on, I'm gonna try to read it. Siarkson? I'm gonna come up with a pet name for you. We're gonna call you Siarksy. You're gonna be Siarksy from now on. You may change your name to that. And no complaining, you made your own bed. Hi, Leon.
Wrenched again.
Kieran. No, it's not. Okay, so we're gonna call you Kieran. Kieran. I've heard that name before. Siarn. Siarn? An Irish name. No, you... Kieran? Or Kiarn? Kiarn? Okay. Kieran. Kieran. And then the last bit isn't conclusive either. Okay, we're just gonna call you Buddy. Okay, so Buddy says yes. And Buddy says not the first one. It's all good. It's all good. Diablo. Comque de Diablo. Kieran. Is that it? Kieran. Kieran. Leon is helping. I appreciate it, mate. Okay, Kieran. With a sharp K. Not gonna lie here. The Irish names are super hard. Like no one outside of Ireland can guess the pronunciation of Irish names. Like the spelling is just if you're generous, the spelling of Irish names is very loosely related to the pronunciation of those names. Yes, the game has tons of bugs in DX12. It's also really crashy in DX12. It's a lot better in DX11, Leon. So we're playing in DX11. You can see it says D3D11 to the left of the FPS number or figure. So we're in DX11 here. If you're playing on DX12, I think it crashed for me yesterday when trying DX12 stuff like 10 or 15 times. And now Roman has to spell Kieran in Cyrillic script. I think. No, he didn't. I'm actually not sure what he... No, he didn't. I'm not sure what he spelled there. But the first letter is an S, and then there is a Sha in there. And E is in there as well. I think that's that there's an L.
I've had enough of living.
Celicia. Celicia? Sha. I'm not sure. Maisto K says... That's what we're calling you now. Maisto K.
I've had enough of living.
Celicia. Well, so your last name. Okay. Celicia. Celishev. Oh, it's probably pronounced Celishev. Or chef. Probably.
I've had enough of living.
No, I was trying to read a question there. You never played Beyond with Basima. I think it's a little bit... It's worse, but I think it's worse because... Let me get down here. Because they improved the foliage, they improved all the trees. So the trees and like the grass, that's all new models. And that's harder to run.
Hey, you! Yes, you! You got water on
So I think it's about 20% harder to run than it used to on DX11 now. Even if you're just running like ultra settings, just because of like the foliage stuff. Because that's higher quality, and probably there are some more small fixes in there, improvements that also nibble away at the frame rate. South Leon. Send safe in my language. First one is close. Selishev. Selishev. Something like that. You can teach, someday you can teach me, Roman. Roman Selishev. It's the greatest ever. Speak Salve. Salve Leon.
Mages.
Selishev or... I can't read it. You guys, I'm actually short-sighted. And... it's quite hard for me to tell the L's and the E's apart sometimes, because the screen I'm using for chat is actually a bit further away and down is pretty small, so I'm actually not that good at reading the stuff. Leon says thanks Reto. Oh, it is pronounced Reto, actually. Use a very Latin pronunciation of my name, Reto. But English native speakers usually, so sometimes they say Rito. That's usually the Americans. They go with Rito. And then if they don't do that, they go with a short O. Okay. Your 8th playthrough. Oh man, I've never actually played through the entire game. I've almost played through the main story. Almost. I was on the, I think it was the penultimate mission. Now we're using the fancy words here. Everybody. Hang on, where's Roach? There's Roach.
Giddy up.
Everybody's showing off with their fancy words, so I'm gonna do it as well.
Hey now.
Come on, Roach. Do a good job, Roach, and you can be in the co-op. Someone can play Roach. That would be so funny. You basically someone plays as Geralt and someone plays as every sidekick. I'd love that. And why do you play through Witcher 3 8 times? Did you try to get every single ending once and combine it with every single romance option? So you wanted to get every variation of romance options and... Oh. Oh no, these guys... Oh, come on. No! No, they killed me! God, chat! You distracted me. There are only 2 romance options. But if you don't count Kira... Commodities and Dark Souls, you die. I think it says you died. Or you're dead. I think it says you died. Roman has only one option. What do you have only one option for, Roman? For romance? I think Roman is... Oh no, I have to... Oh, this has to be... This has to be a PG stream. Roman. It says Roman. We're gonna pronounce it correctly. We're gonna say Roman. We're not gonna butcher it using like an American pronunciation that goes like Roman. No, 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 no. That's wrong. Hamza's gonna go to sleep. Sleep tight, Hamza. Yes, Dark Souls, you die. Oh, I already was about to make a not very peachy joke there, and I think I have to be nice. Maybe we have to do like members only stream. And then we can do like Reto Unleashed. Come on. Come on, Roach. Actually, we're gonna go over there. Roman, you're not a member. Yeah, but you'd be allowed to join. We'd make you a special case. It's because you're so cute.
Come on.
We're gonna get more members. We're gonna get more channel members, Roman. Don't worry. Hi, Stefan. Roman's special. Yes, Roman, you're very, very special. Stefan bought the game.
Let's go.
Stefan bought the game and now he can't play the game because it keeps crashing. Did you turn on RTX? See, I'm gonna troubleshoot your thingy right now, Stefan. Okay, see, I'm gonna solve that problem right now. I already know why it's crashing, probably. So, Stefan, did you turn on ray tracing? Oh, you can't even enter the game. Oh, maybe you have a different problem.
Whoa.
Okay, so if you're on Steam or maybe on GOG, you should verify your install. Scan the game files. I had a corrupted file as well yesterday. So maybe they shipped like a corrupted file sometimes. Yeah, and then you want to turn off the ray tracing. Because the ray tracing made it crash for me. So first it didn't crash, and then it crashed. And then it kept crashing. And then I turned the ray tracing off and it didn't crash anymore. And then I turned the ray tracing back on and it didn't crash anymore. So we don't really know what's happening, but it's definitely not good. They're definitely gonna have to ship some patches. Lots of cats there. Geese? Oh, I was tempted to buy a goose, like for dinner, but those things are huge. Oh, okay, yeah, that's annoying. Okay, yeah, you're welcome to watch the stream here. I'm just running around a little bit, and we're not using the ray traced settings. But I have, if you want to see the ray trace stuff, I have a VOD from yesterday where we've played on a 3060 and we've tried some ray tracing there, but it's probably not worth it here on. Damn, that's ugly. Yeah, exactly. And it crashes a lot more often, the X12. So maybe you can try to launch it in DX11. Maybe you have better luck. Uninstall mods. Yeah, probably just delete all of it and install.
Slow now.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard lots of people had lots of different problems. I think they should have tested this a bit more thoroughly. Yeah, a bit more thoroughly. Yeah, it's probably you're just gonna have to sit tight. Watch the stream. Just keep watching the stream. Like, we're gonna make this stream here the safe haven for everybody who's not able to play the game for one reason or another. They can just gather here and share sharing their pain together. There's a yeah. You want to see cyberpunk vibes? The thingy. You're all refugees, right? The thing is, if you hang on, let me show this. If you turn number of background characters to Ultra Plus, it has the cyberpunk problem. Well, the cyberpunk doesn't have the problem anymore, I believe. But this one, it actually generates NPCs like twin NPCs right next to each other sometimes. We're gonna go into Novigrad. I can show you guys. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're not gonna have to. We're not gonna have to search for a long time.
Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts. A cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard. With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me. Good thing too, for indeed I knew what it had.
Come on.
Sadly.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna find some twins here. They're gonna spawn. It's inevitable. No, those are not twins. Those are. We're gonna find twins. Well, no twins just yet. We're gonna find some. Believe me. See, these ones. These are twins. These are exactly the same. Same clothes, same character model. It's the cyberpunk problem. Yeah, a lot more NPCs, but it's got the cyberpunk problem. Like she's a twin of this one, and here also twins. It's just if it just duplicates the NPCs, it's not gonna make it better. But hey, I think they fixed it in Cyberpunk. They're gonna fix it here. Yeah, Ultra Plus is kind of nuts. And you can actually see we're kind of bouncing off the CPU a little bit here. It's kind of bottlenecking on the CPU a little bit, which is crazy. So we can test that maybe tomorrow when we get the 4090. I'm gonna use the 5900X CPU and I'm gonna use the RTX 4090 and we can see what happens. Whether we can probably CPU bottleneck the 5900X here. We can also try overclocking that thing a little bit. We can try and see whether we can push that thing over 5 GHz. I don't think I can. I think no. I think mine can't go over 5 GHz, so like 2 or 3 cores. Yeah, it's funny. Also, Stefan says they didn't show anything from PC. That's probably true. They showed a lot of PS5 stuff, I believe, right? They showed PS5 stuff, but then the funny thing is, if you go on Steam or maybe GOG and you check out the screenshots, it says from PC version. Roman asks because of cooling. Are you asking about the overclocking? Yeah, it's definitely the NPCs. Like I don't see another reason why. It's like I think it's like twice as many NPCs as ultra settings, right? It's a crazy amount of NPCs. Look at this, it's crazy busy. Look, here's a twin again. She's the exact same NPC as the one that's walking down there. See? She's the exact same one. This one and this one are the same. No, it's just it doesn't go. The 5900X, it's not stable on all cores on 5 GHz. You could say it's because of cooling, because you can probably do it if you go sub-zero on it. But using like a standard cooler, you can't do it. At least not on my chip. Okay, so Kiran, I think there are like two things, right? So there's your monitor refresh rate, and then there's your game frame rate. So those are two things that are kind of independent. But you can run your 60 FPS on a 144 Hz screen, no problem. Or on a 165 Hz screen. That's not gonna be a problem.
Deepest apologies.
If you're talking about this slider here, let's see. If we're talking about this one here, that's a limit. But you can put it on unlimited, right? This one is unlimited. All the way to the left. So I usually put it here. At least for like showing off performance, I'm putting it there.
Another drifter in from Temeria.
Of my cat, you're never going to guess the name of my cat. I think I know which one I'm gonna keep now. So we've settled on one, and this one is the one we've settled on. This one's got a simple name, but the one that I got to choose, or I get to choose, I think I know which one I'm gonna choose. You can absolutely not guess that cat's name.
I've had enough of living.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive that all the way to the left is unlimited.
Looking to make some coin.
Although I think it's probably not intuitive for a non-programmer, because on a lot of these scales, it's like 0 means no limit, or is interpreted as no limit in lots of cases. She's 8 years old. No, we don't have an 8 years old cat. I don't know how many letters. I think the one we have is only 5 letters. The one we've settled on. The other one, the one I get to name and I get to choose, that's probably got like 12 letters, something like that. It's impossible to guess. So the one we have, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. So the one we already have, she's a little girl. She's 7 months old now, but she still looks like a kitten, and she's probably gonna stay tiny. She's called Asura, like the Daedra in Elder Scrolls. It's called Asura, the tiny one. No, Asura, like the Daedric goddess in Elder Scrolls. No, not Sora, Asura. A-Z-U-R-A, Asura. No, I think we're spelling her name with a Z, not an S. I think. I've never spelled it. My girlfriend's probably spelled it, so we're gonna go with it, with whatever variant she chose to spell it. Yeah, and the one I got to name, we're gonna call him Aziraphale. Like the main character in that TV series, Good Omens. I think it's also a book. And the main character there is called Aziraphale. And that's gonna be the name of my cat.
Just you wait.
I think all of those spellings are wrong. I think that there's another Z in there, Aziraphale. But I'm not completely sure. We're gonna have to look it up. The TV series is called Good Omens, and it's definitely worth watching. It's one of the best TV series I've watched recently. It's really funny. It's about like demons and angels, and it's very like satirical. Oh, that could be right. Roman could have gotten it right. A Seraphel.
Beg your pardon?
I'm not completely positive that's the correct spelling, but it could be the correct spelling. No, I haven't read the Witcher books, but my girlfriend has read all the Witcher books. I have read none of them.
Jeepers creepers! Look at them
Okay.
creepers!
So let's go to White Orchard. We can check out White Orchard here. Let's just go there. Vosong. Oh, we have to... Okay. We have to find the fast travel thingy. We'll find the fast travel thingy. Kieran says, the books are good, I enjoyed them. Still 1 or 2 left. Yeah, there are tons of them, right? And they're also told like short stories. Okay, let's go world map, and then we can go to White Orchard. Vosong Bridge. We could also go to
Something even more important.
Toussaint.
Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar.
Oh yeah, that's a good question, Stefan. I want to know that as well. Whether you've tried to like, did you play as like, did you try to play the way Geralt would have played? Yes, exactly. I don't think it can be because it doesn't. It's not like. I think it's an additional story. It's not like a retelling of the books, right? Or not all of it. Only like partially. Did you try to play like the real Geralt, or did you play like your own version of Geralt? Roman is. Did you watch Doctor Who? So. I think we're gonna have to put a leash on Roman. He's a little bit out of control. He says everything that's complicated or smart is done by my girlfriend. And that's not true.
It's raining, it's pouring.
I sometimes have a passable idea that she will go along with, not to what's Roman saying? Sorry. She will sometimes go along with my idea. So I feel proud. So okay, still made the same choices after reading the books. Interesting. I talked about her like she was better than me. Oh yeah, she is. Why would I get someone? Why would I get someone who's worse than me? Or just as good as me? That doesn't make any sense. I already covered that. Of course I would get someone that's better than me. That's got the greatest benefit to me. Okay, we're gonna have to get Roach. My little Witcher feet hurt. My little Witcher feetsies hurt. I'm gonna have to get Roach and have her carry me around. Let me check whether we have Toussaint available. No, I don't have... Oh, I have Toussaint. Or don't I? No, I don't think so. I would have to load a different save, but we can go to sound. The new camera. The new camera is... it's... Let me put this as nicely as I possibly can. It's not my liking. Okay, where's Toussaint? Hang on, this was 14, this is 2... Oh, here's Toussaint. Okay, let's go there.
Geralt and Yennefer will be united, but something even more important happened.
Exactly, Roman.
Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
See, Roman, you understand. Okay, that's Toussaint. Okay, now we're gonna switch to the new camera, and you guys gonna see why it's so bad. Maybe you like it. I think some people like it, otherwise they wouldn't have added it, but I think it's horrid. It's like this God of War camera that's like, it's way too close and you can't see stuff. I don't know. I don't know why people like it. I hate it so much. I don't know why people like this type of camera. It's like, okay, now Geralt takes up like a third of your screen and you can't see stuff. But hey, some people apparently like it. I will not judge you guys for liking this. Well, I will, but...
That's it, Roach.
But you're still allowed to watch the stream. Even if you think this one's good, you're still allowed to watch the stream, but you should reconsider. Yeah, it What's this? Why would I want this camera? Yeah, it's like Callisto Protocol, it's like Blade. But in Hellblade it actually works. In Hellblade I'm happy to play like this. And she's still not that far to the left. She's a little bit to the left, but not this far. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't get why the character has to be so far off center. That just doesn't seem natural. It's also really hard to take a good screenshot like this. Okay, let's turn that off. We've had our fun. Let's not make fun of people that have bad taste in video games. They're allowed to coexist, and we'll slowly assimilate them to better settings. To liking better settings. Oh yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's make the game as hard to play as possible. Okay, so I think what we're gonna have to do first is... Oh no, we can't use FSR thingy here. Okay, we can't turn the resolution down to like 360p. Okay, so we're not gonna try that. Oh, but I could do like a video like the most unplayable settings. That could be fun. How to make Witcher 3 as unplayable as possible. And then it's basically, let's turn on all the new features. And you're not that far out anyway. Like it doesn't have like a huge FOV. It's just got like, okay, it's just good enough. I actually really like the FOV they give you in AC, Odyssey, and Valhalla. I like the FOV there. If you put it to like 115, you're really nicely zoomed out. You can see stuff. I think the worst one was God of War for me. But there you can kind of fix it by going 21:9. You can just go letterbox on that one. You despise Valhalla. I have to say, I've played into Valhalla like, I don't know, 10 hours, 15 hours maybe. And I like Odyssey better than Valhalla. Also, Valhalla doesn't look a lot better than Odyssey did. It does a bit better on draw distance, but that's something Ubisoft could just fix in Odyssey easily. They just don't. I'm kind of mad that they don't like update Odyssey with some new features like better draw distance, higher res textures for stuff that's not Cassandra, because like Cassandra's like texture thing that's super detailed, super detailed. That's like, I don't know, that's like 16K textures they're using on Cassandra. It's crazy. They should just use better textures on some of the other stuff. They should up the audio quality a little bit. Well, in Odyssey it's not that bad. It's really bad in Valhalla. They should use FSR. They should add FSR 2 to Odyssey, and they should allow you to increase draw distance. As far as this here allows you to increase draw distance, it would be so much better. Oh, worms. Not good. Come on, Roach. There are worms here. Yeah, Odyssey needs greater draw distance. It's pathetic. I actually read that Odyssey on release had better draw distance, and then it didn't perform well, I don't know, on Xbox and or PS4 or whatever. Draw distance is so the further away objects are around you in the video game, the lesser detail they use to like draw these objects, so to save on performance, right? So this bush right here, they're using a really good model because it's this close, and that bush over there that's like 50 meters away, they're using a much lower fidelity model of it because you can't see. And then draw this is basically how far away that those objects are even being rendered. And older games really suffer from having low level of detail or draw distance, so these chains are kind of terms are kind of interchangeable. So this one's got really good draw distance, right? There are lots of objects even in distance, and they look all the appropriate level of detail. And in AC Odyssey you can really tell that the level of detail falls off really sharply at some point, and it would make the game look a lot better if you could increase that level of detail it's offering at a certain distance. And that should just be a slider you can use in game, or like a config setting you could change. Because in Valhalla that's actually a lot better. In Valhalla the draw distance is a lot better. So Human Behavior asked, "Hi there, Reto. I'm getting a 3060 next year. Should I play this game on my current 6050 Super or wait and play it on the 3060? Well, you could play it on the 1650. You could also wait. Do you have something else you can play in the meantime on your 1650? If you want to save your Witcher experience for the 3060. Which actually I can completely understand. I've put off playing games because I wanted to experience them once I had like the upgraded version of my rig. Okay, so Roman says Death Stranding. Okay, yeah, that one works fine on the 1650 Super. I think I've tested that on the regular 1650 and that was acceptable. Like, it actually looked good. I think it actually ran on like high settings. So yeah.
Just wonderful.
So yeah, I just keep playing Death Stranding. Oh, wolves. Okay, we're gonna have to get out of here. Hang on. Riding a horsey and reading chat is actually dangerous. Did you guys know that no writing and texting? There's a law. So Roman says, what does Roman say? Hang on. Oh, these guys are spitting on me. Okay, let's. Come on, Roach. You can do it. What are you doing, Roach? Okay, that's fine. Kieran says, go to sleep. Good night, guys. Okay, you're allowed to sleep. You've watched for quite some time. You've been pleasant. You're allowed to go. Have a nice one. Sleep tight. Come on, Roach. No, come on. Come on, Roach. Good pony. Good pony. Roman says. What does Roman say? Oh, Roman says. Okay, we forgot Roman 3 times. Okay, we're gonna catch up on that. So, what did Roman say? Roman said, but on Unreal Engine 5 it works smoothly. Are you talking about draw distance? In old games, C5 quality types of models. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about.
Damn it. Move it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Leave the stream on. Or make your mom watch. Or your girlfriend. Or your boyfriend. Or any other friend, if you have any friends. These wolves are really high level. We're not gonna mess with them. Oh yeah, okay, so that's good. Like smooth smooth level of detail scaling. See, there's something popped in. You can't probably see that on stream. I just noticed that a bush popped in pretty far out there. But it's really not that noticeable. Yeah, some stuff popped in there. But you kind of had to pay attention to it.
Now, where'd you get them?
That was like the first time I really noticed it. Yes, or dog. A dog also works. Ideally, you put on a dog that can always click on the ad. As soon as an ad pops up, the dog's gonna click the ad and watch the ad. That's gonna be best for me. And then you can just leave your dog here with us. We're gonna take care of it. Roman's gonna make sure the dog's happy. I'm sure of it. "100 FPS. I'm not complaining." I have to write a bot. Oh, I could do that. Oh, there's probably some API, right? Can we have bots in this chat? Or maybe you should do like a Discord chat so we can have a bot in there. But having the YouTube chat is kind of handy. I don't want to do the Discord thingy. Just an open Discord thingy. That's gonna be a lot of work. Oh, that's cool. I want to check that out.
Witcher, save us from the beast.
There's a beast? No, there's no beast.
La, 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 la. Oh, you don't mean to.
No, okay, that's a cool village down there. We're gonna check that out. Oh, and there's a thingy on the island out there. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to explore that at some point. Okay, so crazy amounts of NPCs here again. I think they're a little bit too clumped up. It kind of looks unnatural when they spawn in, because they spawn in at like the same in the same spot, and then they're all clumped up. I think they're gonna have to make it so they spawn. Their spawn points are more spread out. They don't just spawn in like a group of 7 on top of each other. Oh, this looks so good. I like this. Oh, the castle's up there. We can go to the castle. Oh, this is awesome. The CPU is not even using 40 watts. That's pretty good. But we are actually bottlenecking a little bit on the CPU here, I think. And it's because of the insane level of NPCs that are going around. Tons and tons and tons of NPCs. Okay, let's make our way up to the castle. That looks cool, but I don't know whether we can get in because I've just come to Toussaint, and I think the knight said he's gonna take me there and let me in, and I haven't done his quest yet. So maybe I cannot enter the castle, but maybe we can. Then we can kind of look down onto... Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, this is so good. This looks really nice. What do you guys think? This looks pretty nice, right? Roman! Roman! Stop harassing chat! Okay, up to the castle we go. Up to the castle we go.
What was that?
Woo. Nobleman. That's a nobleman. Okay. Okay, so this... No, not that way. I think we're gonna have to go this way. Looks normal. You weren't paying attention, Roman.
A storm, damn it.
A storm. Okay.
I'll call my bow.
Okay, how do we get to the castle? It's not that obvious. Nilfgaardian Embassy. We can't get in. We can beat that guy up sometime, but not now. I'm gonna allow that guy to live a little bit longer. Oh. Oh. Hello. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is good. I like this. Give me a second here. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Oh, what
Sir,
happened now?
Sir, a letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like the faces have improved. I think the faces have improved.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My
Okay.
dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Tucson. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau
Is that a
of
thingy
Beauclair,
from
who conducted
Jennifer?
research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies,
No, I'll never get tired of that. You can be sure of that, Jennifer.
Your friend, Yennefer.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Okay, that's cool. I'm really gonna have to play through that game at some point. That sounds cool. Your friend Yennefer. Oh, maybe she signs it differently depending on how you've advanced your relationship with her. Because at this point, I haven't completed the main story, and I definitely haven't completed her part of the main story. So maybe she would sign it differently if you choose her as the romance option. That'd be actually cute. I'm curious whether that's the case. Maybe we're gonna have to play the game twice to figure that one out. Oh, and then of course, we should ask the obvious question. Yennefer or Triss?
I vow to fight the Hanses to the death. Mine.
Which one's the correct romance option? Or the better one?
A Witcher. They're smearing his hiney with honey. I don't know why.
Okay, this looks good. We're almost all the way up. We can look down. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh, this is so good. Whoa. Okay. A lake. Now there it could still use some more LOD or like draw distance there. But it looks good. It's fine. Okay, that doesn't do anything. It was worth a try, of course. So let's go. Oh, let's put the sword away. We're gonna get arrested. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Girl died. That's a pity.
You gave me the hiccups. You stand no chance against us.
Okay.
You gave me.
I think we're gonna have to call that stream.
Are you looking to
No. It's been fun. It's been fun. We've checked out Novigrad, we've checked out Toussaint, we've checked out White Orchard, and it ran well between, on the low end, maybe 75 FPS, on the high end, like 110 FPS. So, very pleasant. Do not play the game in DX12. That's a bad idea. Play it in DX11, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and tell your mom. In that order. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. It's been a lot of fun talking to you. Goofing around. Actually learning something about hardware. It's been interesting. It's been fun. I'll see you guys the next time. Bye bye.